I like this here. I added a lot of like little notes and pictures. This year, the questions that I chose to do. Hey guys, welcome to today's sleepover. Today is December 31st and it is the last day of 2024. We are going to be doing a mental reset for the year. I already have all my supplies ready here. We're gonna do a vision board and then an end of the year reflection. This was my vision board for last year and I'm really proud of it. I think it helped me stay aligned with my goals and my values a lot throughout the year, just because it's like visually there. And I feel like I've been able to accomplish most of these, which just feels good when you look back on them. So we're gonna take out the old stuff and replace it with our new goals for the new year. I have a very type A personality, so I already have like my vision board planned out and I printed out everything according to size. I usually print my pictures out from Walgreens. It's pretty cheap and it doesn't always come out the best quality, but I think it really depends on the pictures that you find. I'll be walking through every single one of them just because I feel like this vision board is more for me and it's like my secret encoded picture, if that makes sense. This is our little setup. I'm gonna be taking this apart first, but let's start with some music. We're gonna play Heaven by phxxngt. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough of what I did last year for my vision board. I added a lot of like little notes and pictures of my friends because friendship is really an important part of my life and I feel like my friends really keep me centered with my goals and my values. And I write little notes that I feel like are the biggest life lessons or life lessons that I really want to emphasize this year based on my reflection of like 2023. One of the notes like prioritize yourself, trust your decision. I tend to doubt a lot of my decisions just because I feel like when you have so many choices, and especially in our 20s we're faced with so many choices, it's hard to know what the right answer is, and sometimes there's not really a right answer, but the best answer is to trust your guts. Another one is remember to cry, laugh, be mad. Emotions are meant to be felt, not to be fixed. And this was a quote or something that I heard from a podcast and it really stood with me because I feel like sometimes you feel like you have to be logical or you just have to suck it up and accept things for what they are. But I think it's also important to really remember to let yourself feel those emotions. It's normal, like you're human, you're supposed to feel emotions. You're not supposed to be stoic and you're not supposed to be logical. We're not supposed to be happy all the time, but that makes up who we are and our experiences. This is something that I still feel like I struggle with. It's ask yourself why you get out of bed in the morning. Think of what you're looking forward to. I'm not a morning person, or I would not say that I'm a morning person. I usually wake up at 11 or 12 if I don't have anything going on in my day. My goal this year is to probably wake up around 9 just because I feel like I have a lot that I want to do. Genuinely, it's just in the morning it's hard to remember and feel motivated, so we're gonna be working through this one. Last one is separate how you feel about someone from how they make you feel. Does that make sense? Separate how you feel about someone from how they make you feel. Yeah, and what this basically meant was that I think it applies a lot more to like relationships. Is you can feel like you're in the best relationship ever, or you like hanging out with that person, or you like spending time with them, but if they don't treat you right, or if they treat you like shit, or you feel like you deserve better, then I think you need to put yourself first. It's hard to remember, but sometimes you don't realize that you're settling for things or people. Anyways, on a lighter note, let's make this pretty for 2025. As you can see, all the photos are a bit big, so we are gonna cut them down a little bit. Just taping down the pictures to the board. For the blank spots, I'm gonna fill it in with like stickers or photo cards or like the little notes. I haven't thought of what to write for this year yet, so we'll see. I realized that there's a lot of blue on this side, so I think I'm gonna add like this here to balance it out a bit. Oh yes, let me do that. I'm gonna look through some quotes that I saved throughout the year so that I can write them on like these little sticky notes. My handwriting kind of got fucked up at the end, but this is the quote that I'm using. If you want better results, then forget about setting goals. Focus on your system instead. I think I'm pretty set on this. If I think of new things or like get some stickers, I'll add them in between the blank spaces. I feel like I'm always paranoid about like the frame falling down, even though I have like command strips back here. So I like that this cover is like plastic and not glass. This year, I want to be able to go out by myself, being able to dress up unapologetically and just enjoy my time and feeling less conscious. Something that I love doing is dinner parties with my friends or like my boyfriend. I love decorating and just like cooking, and it's always such a great time. I don't know how to describe it, but having a very put together bag full of trinkets that you add on all at once, I don't really like the idea of that. Throughout the year, I want to add more and more through my bag. I feel like the makeup of it should reflect my year and my adventures rather than having this prepared personality. I'm also going to be graduating from my master's program this spring, hopefully. I just want to cook more and bake more and just experience with like making drinks. I feel like I've never really tried that, so that'll be interesting. Biggest goal is to be able to live in New York at one point in my life, so we'll see about that. Okay, I think this is straight. Right? I can't really tell anymore. I give up. Let's take a moment to appreciate her. She looks so good. Before the end of the year, I always like to do an end of year retrospection or like looking back and reflect on it. And last year was the first year where I started that, and I think that was so helpful in getting me to just sit down and think back about the good, the bad, the highs and lows throughout the year, and not just focus on what happens in the last month. I usually answer about 10 questions that I find on the internet that I really like. How would you describe your relationship with yourself? What could you change? Number 2 is what gave you the most energy? I think this question really stood out to me. I often think about like what makes me happy in the moment, but I feel like nowadays it ties a lot with consumerism and like some monetized reward that gives me energy. I think at the end of the day, simple pleasures such as like getting 8 hours of sleep, drinking a nice coffee in the morning, having a clean room, like those really make me feel at peace mentally and physically. Next question is what trained you the most? And I think it goes hand in hand with like what gives you the most energy. Number 4, okay, I spelled it wrong. How do you cope with stress, and is it healthy? I do a lot of like reflection and talk to my friends a lot about how I feel and when I'm stressed. What I want to do this new year is really being able to calm myself down, just being able to carry myself through the situation. That's my goal. I'm proud of myself for ... and I listed like 5 things, and I really try to cover the different compartments of my life, from like my social life, academic, work, etc. And then this year I actually only did 6 questions, so the last one is list 3 to 5 goals that you want to accomplish in 2025. I stopped doing goals that sounds like bucket list. I started making my goals as like a broader statement for how I want to guide myself through the next year. Actually, one of my goals it's to enjoy spending time alone. I know that I'm capable of spending time with my friends and my boyfriend and my family, but I think when it comes to being by myself, I just feel very awkward and I resort to doom scrolling. That time that goes into doom scrolling could go into exploring new hobbies and new passions. Yeah, if you're comfortable, please comment what your goals are for the next year. I would love to hear about it. And if 2024 didn't treat you as well, I hope 2025 will be better. I will try to keep vlogging this next year so that I keep myself accountable for my goals and just show you guys a glimpse of my life.